X-Defiant is on borrowed time as player numbers decline rapidly. According to several sources at Ubisoft, Ubisoft San Francisco has until the end of Season 3 of X-Defiant to improve the game's bleak player numbers. And what you just heard was a quote from the article written by Tom Henderson, who is a well-known games insider. He has a lot of people in the industry, and he leaks a lot of stuff, and everything he says usually turns out to be right. So, yeah, guys, it is over for X-Defiant. This game is actually dead. Maybe the game turns around before Season 3 and doesn't get shut down, but I just don't see it happening, guys. I really don't. Like, they added Faction Lock and no one cared, even though it is good that they added it. They added it at the worst time. They added it the day of COD Next and the BO6 beta. And Season 2 is going to come out when BO6 launches, so no one's going to play Season 2 over BO6. And then Season 3, the last season they got to turn around things, comes out probably around Season 1 of Black Ops 6. I just don't see this game getting its player counts back, guys. And it's a shame because this game is really good. I really enjoy this game. I know a lot of people don't enjoy this game. I know there's a lot of haters of this game that wanted to see it fail. Like, they just kept up with it just to hate on everything it did, and they wanted to see it fail. If you're one of those people, I think you're a fucking weirdo. I do. I think you're a weirdo. If you keep up with a game just to root for it to fail, I think that's really strange. But that's not why the game failed. The game failed because it didn't get content. This is the developer's fault. 100% this is the developer's fault. The game just never got updated. It took like what, 6 weeks into ranked to add faction lock, and the ranked mode they released was the worst rank system. The rank system they released is the worst rank system I've ever seen in any video game ever that I've ever played. I've played Fortnite, Apex, Valorant, Siege. Trying to think of other games, but I've played all those games with rank systems. Or COD's rank system. Probably some I'm forgetting. I've seen Warzone's rank system. X-Defiant I've seen CSGO's rank system. X-Defiant has the worst rank system I've ever seen. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's actually horrible. And it got fixed with Faction Lock, I hope. I've not played the game. But it's too late. Even if Faction Lock does fix ranked, it's too late. No one's coming back. Why would you play this game over BO6? You know what I mean? And yeah, I just think the game is dead, which is really sad because I thought this game could be something. I really did. I thought this game could be something. I thought it could be like the Valorant to CSGO of COD. Like, they could both coexist, but it just, yeah. I mean, this is what happens with multiplayer games. I saw a lot of people, and I don't blame people for thinking this. I get it, you want to have hope, but unfortunately, it's just how it is. A lot of people going, yeah, the game's bad now, but in a year, it's going to be great. In a year, it's going to be finished. It's going to have all the features we want. It's going to be great. That's just not how games work, though, guys. Like, they don't get a year or 2 years. Like, if the player count drops too low, games just get shut down. Look at Hyperscape, another Ubisoft game. That game lost all its players and shut down. It's just how it goes. This game died because it didn't get enough updates. This game, when Season 1 came out, Season 1 should have had prestiging, and their rank system should have had faction lock in it, and the game would have been fine. It wouldn't have lost all its players. It wouldn't have. Because all the competitive, sweaty people, like myself, left when ranked was bad and didn't have any faction lock. And all the casuals left because there's no reason to play public matches. Like myself, I'm level 150. There's no reason for me to play this game. There's no prestiging. There's no reason to go for mastery camos because you get no reward. I've already talked about all this, by the way. I'm going to link a video in the description if you want to see like why I think the game died. At the time, I didn't think the game was going to die. I thought they would turn it around. The video is called X-Defiant's Biggest Problem, I think is what it's called. And yeah, I just go over everything of why the game's biggest problem, and eventually it led to its death. I didn't know that at the time, but that was like a month ago. Or maybe like 2 months ago. I've not played this game in a month, by the way, which is why you've not seen gameplay on the channel. I've not played this game in a month. I was planning on, after all the BO6 stuff was over, to go back and play ranked and make a video on it, which I might still do. But when I saw this news yesterday, I had to make a video talking about this because I love X Defiant. I wanted like X Defiant to be my main game for forever, as long as it lasted. But I knew this was going to happen. Like, it is sad, but I knew it's going to happen. I think what's even more sad is I don't think we're ever going to get the arena shooter genre back. I just don't think we are. I think Call of Duty is going to be the only one because every game that has ever released in the arena shooter genre has died. Splitgate died because its skill gap was too high. X Defiant died because it didn't get enough content. There's a bunch of random games that no one even played, like Blacklight Retribution. And Splitgate 2 is coming out. That's our last hope, I think. But I think that game's just going to meet the same fate as Splitgate 1. I think the game is going to be too skillful, and people just are not going to want to play it. It's sad, though. But, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? And yeah, it's actually over for X Defiant. I just don't see it bouncing back. I think at the end of Season 3, the servers get shut down. I think at the end of Season 3, what happens is they announce that they're sunsetting the game. I think, like, the end of Season 3, they go, guys, we're shutting down the servers for X Defiant at the end of the year or something like that. That's what I think happens. That's usually what happens when games get shut down. But this is sad. It is sad, but, like, I mean... Like, I saw it coming, and I can't really feel bad for the devs because it's their own fault. Like, if this game got the right updates at the right time, it would have been completely fine. If Season 1 came out and it had prestiging and it had a faction lock and, maybe like halfway through Season 1, they released the bomb mode, the search and destroy equivalent. The game would have been perfectly fine. It would have been fine. It would have lost players to BO6, obviously, but they've been like, yeah, I go back to X Defiant once the beta and stuff's over. But now they're just going to stick to Valorant, stick to Apex, stick to Fortnite, like wherever they went to, They're not going to come back. And yeah, I mean, they just killed their own game. Like, this came out, by the way, and then they announced, like, oh, guys, sorry, we have to delay Bomb to Season 2. We're sorry. It's like, guys... What do you do over there? Look, I know developing a game is really hard. It is. Developing a game is really hard, okay? You have to be a very smart person. You have to know a lot of stuff. But I don't care. A lot of jobs are hard, but I don't care. You signed up for the job. You should be good at it. Like a doctor, for example. If a doctor, like a surgeon, fucks up a surgery, no one goes, oh, give him a break, guys. Surgery's hard. Yeah, surgery is hard, but he trained his entire life for it, so he should be good at it. He went to school for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he should be good at it. It's the same with game devs. And the problem with these developers is they're really talented, and I agree with their philosophy on how to make a game. They just are lazy. They don't add anything. There are leakers that have said that X Defiant's Prestige mode has been done for like 2 months now. Why don't they just add it to the game? Like, what's stopping? They're just lazy. They're just lazy. Like, they don't want to do anything. The only time they get off their ass and do anything is when the game starts to dip. But this time they can't save it because it's dipped too low. Like, let me read you this quote from the same article real quick. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Hold on, let me find it. Is it in this paragraph? Oh, here it is. One source told me that the game has been struggling to attain 20,000 concurrent players across all its platforms, where another said Ubisoft would probably be happy with that number, suggesting that it is now much lower. The declining numbers have created tension and anxiety within the team, with sources who spoke to me believing that more layoffs are only a matter of time. So, this game can't even reach 20,000 players across PlayStation 5, the new Xboxes, and PC. It doesn't even have 20,000 people across all 3 of those. If it had like less than 20,000 people on one of those, it would be considered bad. It can't even get 20K with all 3 of them combined. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the game recovers, but I do not see the game recovering. I don't see players coming back. And it's sad, but it is what it is. You can't change it. And this is completely the developer's fault, by the way. 100% their fault. They should have updated their game more. I've seen people go like, oh, why do games need updates? Back in the day, we just got a game and we played it all year. Yeah, we did do that. That is true. But in 2017, a little game called Fortnite came out and changed gaming forever. You can't just release a game now and not update it. because the competition does update their games. And I said this in my video about the biggest problem at XDefiant. Why would I play a game where nothing changes for 5 months when I can go play Fortnite that gets a new item, a new gun, a new map update every week? Why would I do that? I go play Apex where there's like collection events one every month. Yeah, they cost money, but that's still like content. Like there's still free stuff in those and like little mini games. Like there's just no content in this game, and it gets boring. Like I like this game. I think this game's good, and I will play it until the servers get shut down. But doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like how good your game is. You need content. This is why BO6 is going to be like a successful game, and why Call of Duty's been successful so many years. Because Call of Duty, even when they make an ass game, they do have a lot of content, and that could be a whole nother video. But yeah, I've rambled for enough. I just want to talk about it. It is a sad day for the XDefiant community, but I think this game is dead. I think this game is going the way of Hyperscape, and I don't see it recovering. So yeah, sad days. Hopefully, Splitgate 2 saves us because I'm not really liking what I'm seeing about the BO6 multiplayer. But I want to make a video talking about that eventually. It's mainly the spawns, a little sneak peek. But yeah, sad day. Hopefully I'm wrong, and in like a year or two, I'm like, yeah, God, that video aged like milk. But until then, we'll just have to wait and see. We got about 6 months left for sure. So hopefully it changes, but I just don't see it happening.